I do not want to go to prison. I am not prison material.
They cut the hard line. There's no time. You're going to have to get to another exit.
See, he's got a keys around here.
No time for love, Dr. Jones.
No time for podcast.
I know I can't be bothered with that. I have no time for that sort of nonsense.
All right, I'm back.
Yay, me too.
And the gimmies.
Hey, my puppy she's freaking out a little bit. So I actually need to leave, and I'm not really providing much. So I'll let you guys finish this out if that's all right.
Okay, I'll see you.
Yep. Nice to see everyone. Good night.
Love you, bud.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
I mean, we're just getting to the part where he's going to provide stuff, but
Yeah, I honestly am a little disappointed at the lack of analysis on his part. I thought he would have prepped better.
this is true.
So we might need to have a board discussion about that.
Yep. We'll bring it to the next full board meeting.
We are formal.
Very formal.
Right.
Yeah. You must send that in triplicate to me before we add it to the agenda, but
Do we need a quorum for a formal vote?
I think we do. I think that's in the bylaws.
We're going to find 7 people.
When there's only 3 people on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All I was going to say is Edgar better hope they're going to be on national TV if he can't get a Valley subscription.
I'll just put an ad out like on Craigslist or something saying, "Hey, do you have a cable subscription? Do you want $5 a month? Let's talk."
And some DPs, right? $5 and some DPs.
Wait, what's a BP?
DP.
Okay, I still don't know what that is, but okay.
I think you're going to have to do hand signals. I don't think we understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, let me show you.
That's what we're waiting for.
All right, so do we want to talk? I know we talked a little bit about Vikings last time. I don't know.
Training camp's coming up, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah! And preseason games start in less than a month or in a month. I think it's the Hall of Fame.
Did you see who the Vikings are training camp partners with this year?
I don't know.
The Niners.
What?
Yeah, the Niners are coming here to our training camp, I guess. I heard on the radio this morning.
Who did they get in fights with? Was that last year or 2 seasons ago?
It always felt like it was Kansas City when the fights break out of like pre-Kansas City being like perennially good, but
yeah, pre-Mahomes.
Yeah. How are those cards doing, by the way?
I sold my last big one.
Did you?
Yeah. It didn't do what I was hoping, but I still did okay. I won't complain.
And you won't say it live on podcast because of the IRS? Did our podcast just get flagged?
No, I pay my taxes on the cards. I'm not fooling around. I do not want to go to prison. I am not prison material. I am not.
You don't want to go to prison for cardboard? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm not trying to go Al Capone and do tax evasion. No, I pay my taxes on this stuff.
Now, from what I hear, the IRS doesn't really enforce anything nowadays anyway. So because you're a white guy, based on the commercials I see on Fox News, you'll just be able to, pay 10% and you'll walk away free. You'll be fine.
Just do a little community service, which I'll probably buy my way out of.
Yeah.
Or become president of the United States. One of those.
It's an option. It's on the table.
It's not an option.
I tell you, if there's anything that's got me considering going out and throw my hat into politics, it's the last 5 years.
It does really seem like anyone who can speak intelligibly on any subject should win in a landslide. So it's like, well, I'm a college-educated adult. I'm more qualified than most people who won.
Or it's almost the inverse, depending on where you're located.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to really sell your soul to the devil and just go and say atrocious things, you could get elected that way too. Yeah.
So there's options.
Are we just saying the northern suburbs? That's where we could do that.
Well, I do live in Michelle Bachmann's former district, so for what it's worth.
So you know the script that you have to follow there.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, that lady was
the wall
wow.
Up here to the base. Anyway, we're Vikings. Yes. I don't think there's a ton to report. I don't think there's been a lot of activity there.
That doesn't stop us.
Nobody's pulled or torn anything. Knock on wood that I'm aware of.
It is funny they put out the rating of head coaches, and our head coach was somehow picked to be dead last, just based on, I guess, they have nothing to go on as far as a track record.
But he was an assistant coach.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm sure
he's
there's
older.
other rookie. I'm sure there's other rookie head coaches who have never coached before either. But somebody has to be last, so they just picked our guy.
Yeah.
But,
Speaking,
but aren't there other terrible coaches in the league? Like, Ron Rivera?
yeah, like if Riverboat Ron's still up there, I'm guaranteeing you my dude ain't 32.
Who the hell is the head coach in Jacksonville now? Because I know they got rid of Urban Meyer.
Oh, who the hell it is?
I think it's just a tackling dummy at this point.
I totally forgot that he just. Yeah.
You think if any team is in desperate need for a semi-competent coach, that's the team. But I have no idea who that might be. Doug Marrone, that name comes to mind. Was he their former coach or is he their current coach?
Oh,
Did they fact check at this?
Yeah, Doug Peterson's the head coach there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I
Huh.
don't know, Doug. He had some balls.
So you got to sell those Mahomes cards and start buying up the Lawrence cards.
I don't think so.
I mean, they're kind of floored right now. I'm sure you could pick them up.
It seems like
Reasonably.
everyone's forgotten he exists. And, a year and a half ago, he was the greatest of all time. So he's good. He's poised for a good rebound.
Yeah, he's too much like, was it Pony Boy, Golden Boy? What was the kid from
Sunshine.
Sunshine. That was close. Yeah. That. Too many correlations there. Not interested. And that just team, like, that's just a team that short of, well, except for the, 3 years ago? In general, it's just usually the bottom of the barrel the last 20 years.
The Jaguars, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to be the up and coming team this year that you want to look out for? If you're going to place a wager, Peter, got anybody?
Like maybe a team that didn't make the playoffs last year?
That, or you think someone's going to make a deep run that I would bet on the Chargers this year for whatever reason. They didn't, get very far, but if I just wanted to take a wild guess and make a lot of money, maybe that's what I put my money on. But
they're like top 5 in Super Bowl odds, I think, right?
I think they are, which is bizarre. But yeah, probably not good favorable odds there. But
yeah, I mean, they're definitely. I think for all the non-playoff teams from last season, I think they got to be top.
Feels like everybody's hitting the Bills pretty hard. Like they really want them to show up from an outsider's perspective, anyways.
Yeah, well, they got who'd they get? No, they got Von Miller, right? Signed him to a big deal. They could be interesting. They're the team that, if one thing goes wrong, they could win. They could be back to an 8-win team, though. I get the sense anyway.
Yeah.
Diggs goes down or something like that. There'll be an interesting thing. And New England, you never know. How long if Jones is somewhat capable, how long do you count Belichick out? And now that Miami has Tyreek and who else they got? They got somebody else right in the offseason. There could be some competition in the.
Yeah, they got Teddy Bridgewater as the backup quarterback. That's who they got. Going to be coming in and throw those 5-yard passes to Tariq and looking amazing doing that. You just watch, Pete.
Every time when he went to Denver and or whatever, they're like, "Oh my gosh, he's actually not that bad." I'm like, just wait. Of course, I said the same thing about Andrew Wiggins, and I don't know.
That didn't blow up in your face at all.
No, dude wins a chip. Not to turn back bad feelings and NBA stuff, but he wins a chip his first year off the team, and is actually a rather significant component of the Warriors winning a chip. It hurt so bad to see a guy that just sucked here.
But I think that's just him, though. If he's the 4th or 5th best player on your team, you have a great team. If he's your 1st or 2nd best player, you probably don't have a great team.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair, right? And now I think he's up for a contract extension. And is that the guy that you want to pay $35 million to, or whatever they can pay him? I mean, I don't know what they can pay him versus considering what they're paying the guys ahead of him. But yeah, I don't want to pay my 4th best player $40 million a year.
Yeah, that's where you would love to see, for the sake of humanity, a guy step up and say, I'm willing to take $10 million less to stay in the best possible situation, and I can live off $25 million a year. I don't need 35. It's never going to happen, but you would love to see it happen just once, and that would be a really good opportunity for it.
Yeah, especially after he just fleeced, the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Something million, 150 million or whatever it was. Right. And it's like, okay, you probably have some bank.
Although the Canadian conversion rate might fuck him up a little bit.
You have no idea how much maple syrup's going to cost next year.
He was paid in US dollars. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but he converted it all into loonies or whatever the fuck they use up there.
He's got to probably pay double taxes. I mean, they are a socialist state up there, guys.
Well, you pay taxes to wherever you play. It's really weird.
Yeah, I know that.
Which is dumb.
We're trying to make fun of Canada. Don't ruin it.
Stop being reasonable.
Our friends to the north. I'd never make fun of them.
We might all be running there soon.
If we just, could draw the border a little lower.
Just creative with the Sharpie, maybe. And
just extend it down the I-90 the 94 corridor into the Twin Cities, and we don't want to get all of northern Minnesota in there. Just enough that we can drive.
Are you fine being renamed Southern or South Manitoba at this point?
I'm good with that. And yeah, I really like the Jets jerseys. I'd go on, or sweaters, I should say. I'd go out and buy a Jets sweater if it came to that.
Nice. We might have a winning football team at some point in our lives.
Yeah. Go Rough Riders.
Winnipeg, right?
No, they're the Blue Bombers, Winnipeg, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just assumed Rough Riders because there's like 2 or 3 CFL teams named the Rough Riders, so odds are.
Yeah, that's
really the right answer.
From the sports teams department, the naming department. This is from a guy that's totally ignorant, has no idea what the actual names of any teams are. But I'm just saying the Grey Cup doesn't draw you like the Lombardi Trophy or Stanley Cup. Grey Cup just sounds boring. And it's spelled wrong, I think, right? Spelled the European, like the English
I think it's named after a person, not the color. Okay. So we're not really a wrong spelling.
Like Earl Grey?
Oh.
I thought it was named after Mel Gray, but I might be wrong about that.
Mel Gray. That was the return man?
Yeah, didn't he? He was like the MVP like 3 years in a row up there, wasn't he? Or am I thinking of someone else? I might be wrong. Who cares? It's Canada.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Come correct me?
Okay.
Nice.
But yeah, Vikings. Like I said, hopefully they stay healthy. They should battle for first in the division, and there's always next year.
Can't think enough for the time.
Thank you.
Over under on how many snaps Sean Mannion takes this year?
If it's,
is there a chance that we cut him and he's not on the team?
No. I suppose if Kellen Mond looks great in the preseason, they might do that, but I don't know why they would.
Didn't they just re-up Mannion last off season for like 2 years? I thought maybe not.
Who cares? It's not guaranteed.
Yeah, that's true. It's the NFL. It's all funny money.
Yeah.
Except for Deshaun Watson, who's going to get paid, 40-something million to be on the sidelines this upcoming year?
Yeah, that'd be interesting if they do suspend him for the whole year. Number one, I don't think that's going to hold up on appeal. But number two, do they then go back to Baker Mayfield and convince him to play?
Yeah, how do they do that?
He wants nothing to do with them. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's any amount of money you could offer Baker to come in and say, please start for the first 6 or 8 weeks, and then we'll bench you for the other guy. That's just not going to happen.
The man seems to maybe have a sliver of pride. And he also knows he has the balls in a vice if Deshaun gets, suspended at all. So that'll be as much as being a Vikings fan hurts, that I feel a little bit better not being a Browns fan.
Wasn't that the team we're going to pick if the Vikings ever moved?
No,
that was my backup.
Oh, that was Edgar's backup? Yeah, okay.
Yep.
I'm taking Kansas City just because to me they're pre-Mahomes.
Yeah,
you're a front runner.
They were the Vikes of the AFC. What do you do? Never super bad, almost always competitive.
You love the tomahawk chop.
Yep. It's close by. Amazing food.
I couldn't wear the ketchup and mustard jerseys though.
Yeah,
I don't look good in bright red. Yeah.
Well, with your skin complexion, I get it. Mine's no better, right? Like we're all alabaster, porcelain white, whatever.
Just got a girl that walrus mustache.
Have you seen my facial hair? I'm 45. This is as good as it gets.
He hasn't shaved in 2 months.
Yeah. It's like really fine-grained sandpaper. It's not very effective.
So out of the guys that we drafted, is anybody the front runner for Viking of the Year this year, since we're going to bring it back?
Oh, fine. Got to be signed, right?
Defensive guys don't make good candidates, though.
He's like the closest thing we have to Antoine Winfield coming up, I think. Like that he just looks...
But it's got to be somebody you pin all your hopes on to be the best player on the team, possibly.
It's got to be that random guy who just once every 3 weeks comes out of the blue to make a great play. And you're like, where the hell did that guy come from? And if you're starting safety and first round pick doesn't meet that qualification, he's a guy who should be making plays constantly.
But who offensively? I mean, otherwise you're relegating yourself to selecting offensive. You're basically wide receivers or running backs, and
Well,
Tight ends.
so I'm looking at the roster
Historically.
right now,
stop.
based solely on ridiculousn's of the name. They have a
Yeah.
third string tight end named Johnny Munt, who I am putting my weight behind.
If you're a big month guy.
He's probably about 30% chance to make the team, but if he's on the final roster, Johnny Munt is my pick.
Now I gotta look at the roster. I'm so far behind here. Johnny Munt. What do you got, Pete's? While I'm looking in.
I would also accept backup center Austin Schlottman. That's another good one. If an offensive lineman could ever rise to that level.
Can we take second year guys?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a rookie.
Okay, I was thinking rookies at first. Then Smith Marset. He just seems like he has that guy that can. He's that type of guy that can have like 5 big games where he has a big moment. And with Thielen's, soft tissue issues the last couple of years, you never know how many games he's going to play.
Where exactly is his soft tissue at?
He's always got like hamstring issues or something going on, doesn't he? And it's not usually joint based, I don't believe.
I think sometimes it's between his ears.
Aside from the Viking of the Year talk, I do really hope that it was just on my screen. What's his name? KJ Osborne. I really hope he emerges as a legit number 3 receiver. He had a few good games last year, but then he kind of disappeared. So hopefully he can take a step up.
Is he eligible?
What eligibility?
I usually don't trust guys with initials for names, so I think that might exclude him.
He had 50 catches last year.
How about somebody that's always chronically hurt, like Irv Smith? Can he be Viking of the Year since he's never done anything?
I think when he makes his first catch, I think there will be celebrating in the streets.
I'm a little saddened by the tight end depth that we're looking at. I don't know what a Ben Ellefson is, but he's our backup tight end. Irv is coming off a season-ending injury, right?
So you're in the Johnny Munt wagon also, it sounds like?
I might be talked into it.
There's a guy named Nick Muse, though. He might be your Muse.
What? Where are you looking for that name?
It's on Vikings.com, player roster.
Huh.
Nick Muse. He's a rookie, South Carolina.
I'm looking at a picture of Johnny Munt right now, and I'm pretty sure he also sells insurance during the offseason.
That bodes well. Oh, dear Lord.
There's about 8 tight ends, so there's a chance, not all the rosters have been updated on all the sites.
I don't know what kind of a production outfit you guys have here, but if you could get Johnny Munt as a guest on your next pod, that would be pretty sweet.
I don't think he's busy. I forgot that he's the dude that they got from the Rams. But
did somebody already bring up Blake Poole?
Prohl,
yeah.
Is he Ricky's kid? Proel?
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah. He's a relation, at least.
Okay.
I don't know. He looks like I shouldn't say this in public airwaves, but he looks like a future rapist. I don't know, or past rapist. I don't know.
Why do you make me edit things? It's unfair.
Don't let the shouldn't say this hold you back, though.
His official Vikings bio roster photo. Let's just say if I saw that in the police lineup, I would say he did it. That's all.
No. I totally see mugshot capabilities there, mugshot potential.
Please say allegedly.
Allegedly, yes.
Allegedly.
Once you say allegedly, you can say whatever the hell you want. There are no penalties.
Very true.
Yeah, just like a bunch of question marks in this team, huh?
Oh my Lord. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to pick a game to go to and get sat at together.
Yeah. It's going to be the year, Peter. Kirk's going to have a guy that believes in him. The end.
Yeah.
That's what's different. That's what's different this year.
Yep. So. And we'll see how long he does believe in him.
How quickly that dream fades.
How long into the season until we lose a game because the kicker missed a kick in the last 2 minutes?
Hey, all right, come on.
It's too early in the season for that sort of talk.
Jesus Christ, Edgar. We're just bullshitting, having a few laughs, and you got to bring up kickers.
Well, it's the same.
Why do you got to touch the third rail every time you see it?
Right? Yeah. Hey, Joseph wasn't that bad last year. He was decent. Let's remember this.
That's not what Zimmer thought.
Except for the 36 for 40 on extra point attempts. But in reality, that 90% isn't really I don't think that's, too too far out of the realm of NFL average at this point.
No, I don't think so either.
Granted, 2 of his misses probably cost us 2 games, but is that really on him?
Well, yeah, you just said
Well,
2 of his
yeah.
misses cost us 2 games. So I would put that on him.
Oh, man.
Don't use my own words against me.
Can we roll back tape on that one?
Playing right now, and Pete is quiet.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about this for an over-under bet? Vikings wins this season versus Timberwolves playoff wins next at the end of this coming season.
Vikings wins.
Probably a safe bet. Except if they win 9 or 10, yeah, I don't think the Wolves would.
We had to go 3
that many.
Yeah.
How about?
Or the Vikings would really have to just fucking tank. And I'm not.
I mean, if Cousins goes down week 1, what then 3 wins maybe, unless they pull off a trade.
Then we trade our next 5 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson.
For the best available French quarterback.
Bobby Hebert still around?
Who's quarterbacking for the Alouettes this year? Let's see.
So
That would be the Montreal Alouettes of the Canadian Football League.
Wouldn't it be a thing if somehow we get Teddy Bridgewater back after that and Zimmer's not here?
I'd rather
that
I would
would,
punt and just suck and see what happens. I'm done like half-assing it. There's not enough talent on this team to say, well, we can just get another quarterback.
what would Peter Martin do on Madden, though? He wouldn't even punt. He would just chuck it on 4th down as deep as humanly possible.
Yeah, the only reason I rostered a punter is because I had to.
He was just holding the clipboard all the time.
No, okay, let's just be very clear. When I was playing like all Madden or whatever, I would punt.
Once or twice a game.
Yeah, not a ton. I'd cough and corner that son of a bitch and come down and have it back and forth.
Because you're never deep in your territory when you got stopped. You were like cross midfield most of the time.
Oh man.
We did talking about Madden. We did bring up some of the names that you came up with for players. Was there anybody other than Big Butt Holly you want to do a shout out to? Former all man players that you created?
So, trying to think. The obviously I think there was a Burke who was out there.
You're a big Matt Burke fan, is that what you're telling me?
Not that kind of Burke. No.
College Burke?
I just remember playing in college. I didn't even own the game on the old PlayStation. I think it was Sinkula that did. I created a team or created some players. And I always put a guy named John Holmes at fullback. I don't know why I picked John Holmes. I've never seen any movie with John Holmes, the famous pornography actor.
Sure, you haven't.
Adult film star.
But hell of a fullback.
I don't even have a joke for that. I don't even know where to start.
No, where do you?
Did he hit the hole strong? Is that what you're saying?
he took it deep a lot. Yep.
He penetrated the defense repeatedly.
The whole podcast on John Holmes related.
The only thing I got is A gap, and I don't want to go there.
Right.
What's worse, the A gap or the B gap?
You just
I don't think Holmes was picky. He'd take whatever gap was available.
Rip.
R.I.P. John. We're saying he's not with us anymore.
The porn star? No, I believe he's been dead for quite a while.
He died in the 80s. Yeah. From AIDS, I believe.
I mean, this is the part where Jeremy could jump in and add to the podcast.
He was there. He was involved with the Bob Crane thing. I just remember this vaguely from like a True Hollywood Story thing I watched in college in like 98, 99. And, Bob Crane from Hogan's Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Is it John Carpenter that was involved?
That was John Carpenter, but not the famous John Carpenter.
Not the.
It was a different, not the director Carpenter. It was a different John Carpenter.
Okay,
yeah.
But yeah, where Bob Crane died, he died right at that event.
Well, no, you're thinking of 2 different things. The Wonderland murders that John Holmes was involved with, that wasn't Bob Crane. Didn't have anything to do with that.
He was involved
Bob Crane was killed by his friend, allegedly John Carpenter. I don't think they ever convicted Carpenter of it, though.
But what was Holmes at? Because he was at something where
it was the Wonderland. It's called the Wonderland murder, and that's they made a movie called Wonderland. I think Val Kilmer played John Holmes in it. Where it was kind of like the scene in Boogie Nights, the Alfred Molina scene. Yeah. That was kind of a vague dramatization of the real life Wonderland murders. There was a drug deal, there was porn stars, there was people getting killed, stuff like that. Okay. I don't know all the exact details though.
You know probably more than anybody else our age.
5 minutes on Wikipedia, and I'm sure you'll know more than you need to. For all you kids listening, that's what Wikipedia is for.
Yeah, that's the only part of the internet you should Google that or search for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of weird football things, How weird is it that there's a coach named Wink Martindale
That's
What?
really messed up.
and nobody
Isn't
brings it and nobody brings it up enough?
He's like the defensive coordinator of the Ravens or something, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh
And I
yeah.
assume Wink is not his birth name. I assume that's just a nickname.
No, he is. I swear to God, I think he's related. He's just like, the grandson of, and they just named him after the game show host.
That was a poor choice.
Yeah. Well, you had Martindale, and you're just like, I guess we're going with Wink again.
I would have named him Martindale.
And your kids would have hated you.
Yeah, I mean, either way they would have, but yeah.
It was the inevitable anyway. So right.
Is this how we transition into the genetic testing talk by bringing up Wink Martindale's parents?
It's true. This is the worst transition of all time.
We're known for normally really solid segues.
Yeah, we haven't even told people what we're drinking tonight, so
No.
we've established no pattern of.
Let's be honest, this isn't our A game. We'll be surprised if this thing hits the public.
We'll try again tomorrow. Save your notes.
Yeah.
Oh, I just went blurry there for a minute.
Yeah. Ooh, we went way in the background. The night man cometh.
Is that a treadmill?
Yes.
Yeah.
And a clothes hanger?
Clothes hanger? No, I use the treadmill most every day.
Oh, that's good.
Can't you tell?
You are looking rather svelte.
Well, if I turn to the side, you wouldn't agree.
Yeah. How many chins? More or less than me. Mine's a big
Hard
one.
to tell.
Or one smaller one and one really big one.
The light here isn't capturing my facial hair very well. It looks like I only have a goatee, but I swear I had more of a beard. It's just not coming through.
Well, it's the enhanced video that you jacked way up.
Yeah.
Does this go on YouTube?
Yeah, the Patreons people.
Oh, fuck
They
those
give us
guys.
money to get to watch. Yeah, all five of them.
You have rich fans? What's up with that?
They just want to see that sweet Peter Martin face.
Yeah. They want to see, does the hair ever change? No.
No, they're like, it's the same again.
25 years later, and it still looks the same. Hairline's just moved up a hair.
If you had to guess who was watching the Patreon videos, Peter.
So you're serious? Somebody actually has watched these things?
No, I'm joking. I'm saying if there was a person other than your mother who would be watching.
Well, she had never watched this crap. Somebody that was really sad or lost a bet. I can't imagine who would watch this.
Your name is common enough that if you had some enemies in their past, they would have a hard time tracking you down just on your name.
By design.
So you don't have to worry about like a Billy Madison, Steve Buscemi type situation where you got somebody stalking you, ready to shoot you. Who's
technically,
watching this right now?
Yeah, no doubt. There's somebody in Germany. I think we tried to establish it's Hesse last time.
That's so, yeah.
They are keeping notes on Peter's movements.
I have been in Germany a few times, so just saying.
There's no time for last requests.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Look, Betty, I've got no time for games today. Now,
There's no time for a bench test. Heat 'em up.